The city stood by morning, slipping past the great divide. It traces over a bridge.
Hello, Gender Blenders. It's Gavin and
Sarah.
And this is week 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
This is week 3. And no, you don't. This week's topic is: does your junk define you, or do you define your junk? For me, this topic doesn't really require a lot of thought. The majority of my body dysphoria is in the upper body. I don't really have a lot of dysphoria with my lower body. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was like all in my grill. What's up? I don't have
my head looks really small.
Do you mind speaking? I don't have a lot of lower dysphoria, and I don't know if that's simply because there's not a procedure out there that I can get on board with. So just kind of as a measure of mental self-preservation, I am not dysphoric about that part of my body. If there were a procedure or a magical pill you could take or a button you could press that would give me a completely anatomically functional, normal penis, obviously I would push that button or swallow that pill in a heartbeat. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So for me, as a trans person, I choose not to let my genitals define me or burden me or give me any more problems than what I already have to deal with. When I look at my genitals and I think about my genitals, I don't think of them as male or female. They're simply another part of my body that I use to urinate and that brings me pleasure when I'm with my partner. And I don't think of them any further than that. So for me personally, that's how I came to terms with it. Obviously there is a little want there sexually to be able to bring that to the table. And, there's prosthetics and stuff out there for that, and of course I have one of those, and I use it regularly. And right now that's as close as I can get, and right now that's just going to have to be enough, because, I don't know, I guess I try to be optimistic and take things as they are, and I can't do anything to change that part of my body right now, so, unless there's some huge medical advancement in the next 10 years, I just have to accept it, live with it. That may change. Once I'm on T and actually passing, it may change. Who knows? This is the evolution of Gavin. I don't know what's going to happen. But at this point, my junk does not tell me who I am.
That's good. I like it. As a trans partner, I don't have any real issues with the junk, if you will. Gavin is my man from the inside out. The way he carries himself, the way he acts, is what defines him as a him. It's not what's between his legs. And for me as a partner, that doesn't take away from our sexual experiences or anything like that.
It doesn't make you uncomfortable in any way.
No, it's neutral. It's not like, oh, I'm with this dude, but then when we're in bed, all of a sudden, because to me, that's the only time that it really applies, is when we're in bed. And it's not like when the clothes come off, then all of a sudden you're this little woman.
And it's not like you have this deep-seated longing for that particular piece of anatomy.
No. Like, I don't know. The piece that you have to me is
good.
It's a man.
It's good. It's a good piece.
Yeah.
I'll take what I can get. Just a little history on Sarah, if you don't mind me sharing.
I don't know what you're sharing, but go ahead.
She has been with men. She's never been with a man sexually, but she was involved with men. And then probably about a year and a half ago, came out and identified as a lesbian. So for me, there's a little insecurity associated with that, not because of anything that she does or anything like that. You know, it's just kind of like, you know, what if one day she does long for that? You know, obviously that's not something I'm going to be able to provide. So, you know, I guess a lot of trans guys could empathize with that. I mean, for me, it's probably not as bad because I'm not with a woman that was straight prior. So obviously she's okay with that particular piece of my anatomy. So that's a nice benefit.
But one thing I do want to add, I know a lot of trans men probably deal with issues, insecurities with their partners, like is my partner going to leave, or are they going to, you know, as soon as I start changing, are they going to flip out? And I know this could probably start a whole new weekly topic, but as a trans partner, you just have to assure your man that his parts are what you want, and, you know.
You'll love his body no matter how it looks.
Yeah, don't say anything that's going to make him insecure about those parts, because he probably could change them if he would like, but.
Try to refrain from saying over and over again how much you're going to miss his breasts. I always tell Sarah when I get mine cut off, I'm going to have them mounted for her so she can.
It's one thing that I like, but I'm not going to miss it.
Yeah. It'll be okay. Something else I wanted to point out is in our society, pretty much, you know, worldwide, our gender when we're born is defined by our genitals. You know, like Heather said, obviously the doctor sees a penis and he says, oh, it's a boy, or he sees a vagina and he says, oh, it's a girl. Well, I think that's fallible, because what about the child that's born as a hermaphrodite that has both, you know, types of gonads, male and female? You know, then who gets to decide? Obviously not the child. You know, it's usually left to the hands of the parents. You know, they get to decide whether that child is male or female. So I think that right there should tell people it's not up to us what the gender is. Just because that particular part is on that child's body doesn't mean that aligns with everything else that's going to be inside that child as they grow. Yeah,
I firmly believe that gender starts on the inside. Mm-hmm. And as the child grows and develops, they just naturally fall male or female.
Mm-hmm. And how many hermaphrodite cases have you heard of where the parents chose incorrectly? You know, and how torturesome and horrible it is for that person to have to deal with that. You know, so I think that right there illustrates how inept we are as humans. Mm-hmm. As we try to define one another and put each other in these little boxes. You know, it doesn't work. And hopefully one day society will come around and see that. I think the trans community is growing, and we're not as timid and afraid as we once were. And I commend all of us. Yeah, I commend all of us for that. And yay, trans people! Woo-hoo! We rock.
Very much so.
So yeah, this was an interesting topic. I don't know if anyone else has said it in their videos, but I would really, really, really like to get some topic suggestions from our viewers. So if y'all could leave a comment on the page or send a message, you know, any questions y'all have, anything you want to know more about. This channel is kind of trying to steer in a different direction. You know, we tossed around the ideas of doing, like, you know, binding tips and all that stuff, which is real good information, but we think there's plenty of resources out there for that, and we want to address things that are a little more obscure, maybe a little more abstract, things that haven't really been asked yet. You know, if you think a question is too taboo to ask, then ask it, please, because those are the issues we want to address. So just shoot us a message or a carrier pigeon or, you know, whatever. I don't know.
We'll keep our windows open. You can fly in.
You could tell Sebastian.
And he will relay it. He's wondering what the heck we're doing.
He's like, why did you wake me up? Okay, well, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
So,
Happy hump day, anyway.
we'll see y'all next week.
Bye.